Niki, once again with Niki Hall. So we are really excited to be here. It is the last one of this year. So welcome everyone who's watching. Niki, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a little chilly where I am. Minus in the minus 20s, so feeling the cold, but otherwise very good. Um,
That's too
it's
cold.
yeah, it is cold. It's been a really, really good and an exciting year. As if you haven't seen some of our vi previous videos, the last two we were actually talking about the recent launch of our book together, or that Nikki and I are both in the same book, the Yes, I Can and I Did. So it's been such a amazing experience once again. I kind of recall when I first started with the books with Nikki, thanks to Nikki. I was so scared. I was like part of me was really like frightened, scared, but the other part of me was so excited to jump into something new. And ever since then, it's just been nothing but amazing journey with Action Takers Publishing because I went on to do number two, three, and book number four. So if you're somebody who maybe have been thinking about it, it's not that bad. It's such a wonderful community, such an amazing project you can get yourself into, and on top of that, you get to share your stories because I know we all have one. What about you, Nikki? How you feeling at the end of this year with all your accomplishment, including our book?
I know, finally. It's funny because I addressed you about coming into a book maybe 14, 15 months ago. And finally, in my sixth book and your fourth or fifth, we're in a book together.
Yay!
Finally. Even though somebody approaches you and says, have you considered a compilation book? Doesn't mean you have to go in the one they're talking about. But really, it's a good thing to think about, right? It looks like such a smart springboard opportunity to get to saying that you're a published author.
Mm-hmm.
I found it was a great way. Like I self-published in '92. So that left a lot of thoughts, old school thoughts with me, like what it means to write a book and all the stuff you have to do. There's hardly anything attached to a compilation book. It's wonderful, and action takers are so good at just carrying you and telling you, okay, don't say anything until now. Okay, say something now. Here's your artwork. Here's your media. Okay, we're gonna go. Don't say anything again. It makes it so much easier and so much better, and you feel so professional.
Yeah, definitely. I love, I kind of laugh at it now in a good way when when I tell, hey, would you like to write a chapter in one of our collaborations book? I laugh when they say, I'm not a writer. And I look at them, neither am I. And I never
Yes.
was. But when your heart's ready to share a story and you have something you're just almost dying to tell, the words do come. When you relax into it, when just take a pen and start writing, it naturally comes out. Sometimes we put too much thought into it when it's actually the
Yeah.
heart that speaks volume there. So I found it to be such an amazing experience. Sometimes you want to write it so it comes out the right way. So of course, Action Takers Publishing has help in that department, or you ask somebody, or even throw it into ChatGPT. It's like, hey, is there another way I can, say this? We have so many tools nowadays. I remember when I first thought
Yeah.
about writing, maybe 10 years ago, I had the idea that I would like to do it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I at that time maybe would have been more kind of like, scary. But now with all the tools we have, the communities we're part of, it's amazing what you can come up with.
Yeah. We're at the opposite spectrums here today because I've been a professional writer and I've made a lot of my money for a lot of years writing. But still, I was in the same place where I had to write. I really wanted to write on a topic that was being covered. And I thought, yeah, I really want to be in this. But, I was working and I was so busy. I couldn't get my head in gear. I had to call Sally, one of the girls at Action Takers Publishers, and she just took me by the hand and led me. And she just said, "Well, what do you want to say?" And I got all the help I needed, and I was able to write the chapter.
Hmm.
But even people who can write can't think of stuff sometimes. You know what you want to do.
Yeah.
But
But it does,
Sally is so good.
yeah, but it does come together. Eventually it does come all together. And I want to hear your experiences too, with becoming an author, even solo, and then later with collaboration books. Like for me, it opened up so many doors, talking to people all over the world, selling my books in person, autographing them, doing book signings. It's been such a rewarding experience. And of course, yeah, earning money from it, of course, is a bonus, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Nikki? What was your most fulfilling experience from it?
Well, the first fulfillment was when I did my own book, because I felt like my legacy is going to live on. And also, it was about self-actualization, and it was a little heavy. It's not in print anymore because it's so heavy, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. But I thought if I could save one life that's been in the same place as me, or if I can help one person, and I'm pretty sure I did that with the first book. So that was wonderful. But then when I did the compilation books, the first book, you think, a lot of us think, yeah, I'd like to write, but we never do it. So when I got the first book published, there was an essence about me now that was out there, that was part of me now. It was tangible, and it was this really nice, fulfilling part of me. But by the time I got to the third one, some of us morph a little slower. That was me. By the time I got to the third one, there was a certain peace and a certain contentment. I would love to give that gift to everybody. I really would. Like, I would really like to facilitate or be the facilitator, either through producing my own books, like I'm doing, or introduce them to Sally and Linda and show them some of the other titles they could be a part of. Because even though we're not artists, we really are. There's a part of us that has something to say.
Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Even when we think we don't, we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just a level of fulfillment that I don't think you should deprive yourself of, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of people will look at the, money, or they don't think they see any value in it and stuff like that. But I'll say, it's probably one of the most rewarding things I've spent money on, in the last
Yes.
couple of years, because it's, when I look back, it's almost been like, I think over 2 years now, since we did the first one. So, I'm actually gonna share the screen with you guys, and because I want to show you what's possible out there, what's available, and there's so many different themes, and like Nikki said before, she's right now working on the holistic intelligence. Nikki, why don't you tell us a little bit about this one, and while I show a little bit around the website.
Okay, so as you can see, the book is there. It's called Holistic Intelligence, and I got really sick a little while ago, and they labeled me, and I was thinking, oh, I felt like my life was getting flushed down the toilet, and the quality of living. And I had to say, no, I don't want this. So I took charge in the place I could. I didn't defy medicine, but I tried to complement the medicine. And I found holistic ways to raise me back up to good health and to being a high functioning person. So then I felt, oh, this is a great story. And I know that we're coming to an age where we all need to take a little more responsibility for our health. So I'm putting this book together to help others know they could do this. So I'm gathering stories from people who already went ahead of me and did the same thing. So other people could learn, have the courage, have the strength to do it.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
love
have
it.
something, hmm?
So I love the graphics on this one. Well,
Yeah,
they're all really good and they all stand out, but I love yours and ours are very similar. The dynamic mindset and then holistic, very
yes,
similar coloring. But you have
yes.
a couple other ones too. Why don't you tell us about those, Nikki?
The other one is living with pain. When I was talking to people who have taken the holistic measure to take themselves back into a quality of living, a lot of them admitted that they live in a certain degree of pain every single day. Um, and that includes myself, but I was impressed because we all have different vessels and different manners to learn how to live in pain and how to continue to live a high quality life. So there I am gathering more stories to help others and to share wisdom.
Awesome. And I see one more diaper to diaper. I always
Yeah.
smile when I see this one.
Well, if you don't have a story there, you might have a story between you're going into a diaper when you're younger to the when you're going into a diaper when you're older. And if you have a really great story that you just want to tell, this is where you want to go.
I love that. So, if you'd like to learn more about these books and anything else, of course, reach out to Nikki and she'll be more than happy to help you with that. Um, that's amazing. And I myself, I have two on the go, as you can see on the screen, the footprints around the world. As if you've seen some of our videos, you know I am a traveler at heart. I love to travel, but it's not just sharing stories. So, hey, I've been here and there. It's what you've learned from your travels that you can share with us, whether you are a coach, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just somebody who loves to travel and you have some amazing stories to inspire with us with. It's more on the lighter side. Instead of like divorce, which we've had some before, this is more about travels and what you've learned. How has the world around you shaped you to who you are today? And then of course the dynamic mindset. Um, this is also reflects of who I've been most of my life. Dynamic, I always do things you could say step out of the comfort zone many times. So I like to see myself as a very dynamic person. So if you're somebody who has stories in that area, um you can always shape it even though the title is dynamic mindset. Like you can still tweak it and write it towards that specific book. Like Nikki says, maybe you have something else but it'll still fit into that specific category. So um believe well,
One thing
go ahead.
about your traveling book,
Mm-hmm.
my my son and his wife took you know, they're calling it a trip of their lifetime, and they were gone for a month. And when people heard that they were going on that trip, a lot of people said, "Oh, that's the kind of trip you find out things about yourself, or that changes you, or something." So I think there'd be some really interesting stories that could be provided for the footprint book, because a lot of us don't even know that. Like it could alter your state, or you can tune into part of yourself and you get revelation from it. I'd love to read that. Like I am definitely an armchair traveler, you
Yeah.
know.
And
I
it
would love to hear the stories.
Yeah, and when it's footprints too, like we walk every day somewhere, we go somewhere. It's not just about the like going somewhere, but in reality, we leave footprints everywhere we go, whether we talk to somebody, whether, um, we go from one city to another, doesn't have to be across the world. whoever
Yeah.
we come in contact with, we leave some kind of footprint. Sometimes
Mhm.
they're not so good, but most of the time, hopefully they're good. So it's not just about the global traveling, but maybe you went to another city, or all of a sudden you met with somebody who really, really said something or changed you in some way. That's also part of this kind of book,
Yes.
like Nikki said. So, it doesn't have to be that story across the world that you went to, the Mount Everest and climbed, but of course that's
Yeah.
welcome too. So I wanted to be very colorful book with a lot of experiences. How did it shape you? What did you learn, like Nikki says, about you? Because I found from my travels, I've learned a lot. The kind of person I
Mhm.
am, the kind of cultures, things I tolerate, things I don't maybe tolerate as much as I thought I did. So, it's geared towards so many different things here. So on my travels, I learn about myself, and even the people you travel with, like you said, right?
Yeah.
She may not I remember the movie The Traveling Pants 1 and 2. Yeah. No, I don't know if you've seen that one, but
No.
you
Mhm.
learn on every trip something. No matter where you go,
Yeah.
there's always something to learn.
Yeah.
And with dynamic mindset, you can go a lot of ways this way too. But of course, um both
Honestly, really, this could be a fantasy come true. Like, how many times, or how long are we going to wait before we say, damn it, I'm doing this for me, And it's a minimal cost, and it's not like you have to write a whole book. It's a sharing, and then you become part of this bigger energy too. It's just nice. If you want to give yourself a gift, or if you want to be good to yourself, and at minimum cost, I would definitely encourage you to do a compilation chapter in a book.
yeah.
Uh, Ava showed you that there's all sorts of books going on all the time.
Yeah. And the thing is, right now with the holidays coming up, I do have a special going on as well. And so if you reach out, I can tell you about the special. Aside
We
from
both do.
you have one too. Oh, there you
Yep,
go. See? So you could be getting a
absolutely.
lot more than a lot of value out of this in so many different
Yes.
ways. And the thing is, I'm glad I didn't wait. The
Yeah.
opportunity came thanks to Nikki. And so thank you, Nikki. And I took it. I didn't sit on it. I actually just like, hey, this is exactly what I wanted. And
Yeah.
I knew it spoke to me at that time. And then every book came to me at the right time. So like Nikki says, if these are not the right ones, there's other ones too. But of course, I feel like it has to speak to me, like when this one, the last one came up, I was like, yes, I can, and I did. I was like, yes, because I've said yes to yet another adventure, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Whether this book is finished and on volume 2 doesn't come out, it doesn't matter. I am going with the flow and going with things that feel right for me. So if you're somebody who's been thinking about it, and you're getting that nudge, don't wait any longer.
Yeah.
Life's
Don't
short.
wait. Don't wait, for sure. Don't wait. You'll be so happy. Like, honestly, you're so worth it. And it's just so fun. And it's so positive. I'm just so, so happy I've done it.
Yeah. And there's so many people you meet along the way. It's unbelievable. The things you get to do, new doors open, you do things you've never thought before. I have a lady who joined one of the other books, and right now she goes on shows. She's
Wow.
doing the TED Talk, and it was always in her. She just needed that vehicle to release that, and off she went.
Yeah.
She's doing so much now. She released one of her own books now too, and off she went. So you
Yeah.
just never know
Well,
where it's gonna take you.
talking about off you go, weren't you on the billboard in New York?
Oh yes, yeah, that's another thing. See,
What an
like
experience.
it was such a cool experience, and I've been to New York City before, so I know the big billboards and how amazing it looks. I wasn't able to go in person, but I did see the. If you haven't seen one of the videos, it is on my socials. Go check it out. But who would have thought? would have thought we're gonna be doing that? Face plasters and plastered in New York, Times Square. And guess what? We're doing it again next year. So if you want
Yes.
part of it, Action Takers is actually doing that going forward. So yeah.
Yeah. I know. You just never know where you land after you do this kind of thing. And it honestly, it's about you. It's about your identity and it's about something that is immovable, unshakable. And to say you're an international best-selling author, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Not once,
it's
not twice, but a few times now, right?
yeah, it's a great way to finish the year, just feeling good.
Yeah.
Or, start a year. Just think this year, this quarter, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't have to be multiple times. At least do it once. See what the experience is about. But that's how you learn. That's how you
Yes.
know you do one thing and it takes you to something else.
Mhm.
I remember when I did skydiving, a tandem, of course. I wasn't prepared to do it myself yet. But then I was like, oh, well, that was fun. I wonder if I can try something else. So I'm
Yes.
saying that because you'll try one thing, but it'll inspire you to do something else. So maybe you've been thinking about doing some other thing, but it led you to a greater thing.
Yeah.
And that thing will
Yeah.
lead you
You
to
don't know what's
something
on the
else.
other side of it, right?
Yeah. So you never know where it's gonna take you. So give yourself, like Nikki says, a gift this year.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes like I think on average 6 weeks or a bit turnaround. I don't know exactly. Depends how fast these books fill up. But you never know. You could be with us next year, celebrating, being on the billboards, talking to many, many more people, expanding your community, your business. Because like
Yep.
Nikki says, and myself too, of course, you know, the more we're out there, the more people we meet, that's just possibilities right there too. You said
Yes.
yourself, you earn so much, great money from being an author, a mindset coach, and all these things. We just keep giving and growing and expanding, and that's what it's about. It's about the experiences, the
Yeah.
lives we move, the people we inspire. You never
Mhm.
know who's gonna read your story and what it could do to them, save their
Yep.
life, maybe help them with something they really struggled for many years, but they didn't think somebody else lived in a similar situation. So you
Yep.
just don't know who you're gonna help.
Well, not only that, but in your constitution, in your person, when you're in your business and people are looking at you and you have that solidity and that accomplishment behind you, there's value in that. People see that stability and that solidity in you. They don't identify it as, you've written a book and you're a bestseller, but it's in your constitution. And when you're talking to people with whatever business you're doing, it's there now. And it's so easy for people to want to follow you when you got such an affirming, quiet being sitting there. Like it's an attractive feature. Like you want to get in that zone. You want to get in
Yeah.
that energy.
Exactly. I have people asking, when's your next book coming? When's your next book? Are you doing a solo book? So
Yes.
it's really fun. It's really exciting, and you see other people take the next step where before they were afraid to maybe or something like that. So yeah, it's fun, it's rewarding, and I myself too dedicated most I think both 2 chapters to my daughter, so when she gets older she can look back and remember me. And I want to also her to remember that there's endless possibilities out there, that she can do it as well.
Yes. That's a nice thing. A lot of people dedicate their chapters.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Next year is it's just around the corner. I'm already drafting some goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what about you guys listening to us? What are your big goals for next year? What do you have? And if you haven't done something exciting, hey,
Right about
maybe there's a book for you in here. So yeah, right, Nikki?
absolutely.
So, anything else you'd like to share? If not, we'll wrap it up and
No, I just wanted to share the joy and the wonderfulness of the experience.
Yeah. It's definitely something. Yeah, it's definitely like watch our other videos. You hear many more stories, and Sally has hers. Linda, the Action Takers Publishing boss, I call her. She's got so many stories too. We all do, and sometimes we don't.
Yes.
We think we don't, but we do. We do. Yeah. So thank you for watching today. I truly hope you guys enjoy this short session with us, and we hope something sparked in you to, if not do the books, then do something new, something exciting with your life next year, because like it goes so fast.
And
Like
tomorrow's
honestly,
not promised. Tomorrow's
no?
not promised.
Oh, well, see? Yeah, so enjoy life. We hope you have wonderful holidays ahead and see you guys next year. Hey, you never know, we might have an extra session or something. So, but till next time, wishing you all the very best. Happy holidays and see you guys
Happy
in the new
holidays.
year. Bye, take care.